Hey everybody, Jonathan, retired rider. Hope everybody's doing well today. Hope you had a great Christmas. Ours, unfortunately, got canceled. We had some snow come through and some minus 30-degree weather. So we had a Christmas party planned for Friday, the 23rd. And yeah, that got canceled. So we had to reschedule it all for this upcoming weekend on the 1st. So we're going to have our New Year's Day / Christmas party on the 1st. But like I said, I hope you guys had a great Christmas. And I hope everything went well and everybody was safe and everybody had a great time. Today's video, we're going to talk about Harley Davidson. Of course, that's what we talk about mostly here. And are Harleys really 100% made in the United States? Unfortunately, from the research I've done, no. It's not a truly 100% American-made motorcycle. Depending on what you look at and where you look and what research you do, I've seen it say that 70 to 80% of the motorcycle is made in America. Then I've heard that number be made the opposite way, that it's actually 70-80% of it is not made in America. And then I heard it say only 30% is not made in America. So this depends on what research and where you look. But we do know for a fact that the Harley Davidson is not 100% made in America. There's different parts that come from different parts of the country. You have your brakes, clutches, things like that come from Italy, are made in Italy. You have parts that come from Japan. Your suspension parts come from Japan. I mean, it's spread out. You know, you got some parts that come, electronic parts that come from China. So, yeah, they're not 100% made in America. They might be 100% assembled in America, the ones you buy here, but a lot of the parts are coming from different parts of the world. So is it fair for Harley to say that it's really an American bike? Well, in my opinion, no, because it's not 100% made in America. So you're not manufacturing here in the United States all the parts that are put on these Harleys. You're not manufacturing them here. You're outsourcing to China, Italy, places like that. You're outsourcing these parts to be made, but they're being made in other countries, like I said. And that's not 100% American. I mean, you would have to manufacture every single part that's on this motorcycle here in America to call this a truly 100% American-made motorcycle. And that, unfortunately, is not the case. Harley is not manufacturing everything, electronics, suspension, all their engine parts are not being manufactured here in the United States. They're being outsourced to different parts of the world. Like I said, China, places like that, Italy, they're being outsourced. So the Harley, like I said, is not 100% American made. Now, does that make you feel any different about the Harley? For me, no, not really, because as long as the parts are being manufactured to Harley specifications, I really don't have a problem with it. Now, I know a lot of people are like, well, if it's made in Japan or if it's made in China or somewhere else, it's not a quality part. Well, in a lot of cases, that's true. In a lot of cases, they're not quality parts. But as long as Harley is making sure their parts are quality and they meet their specifications on what they want, I don't see too much of a problem with it. We all know, anybody that rides motorcycles, we all know that I have the Vulcan over here. You guys know that. Kawasaki. We know that the Honda and Kawasaki are, if you look it up, you do your research, they are more dependable. They last, I wouldn't say last longer, but they're more dependable than the American-made Harley Davidson. I know people are going to get mad at me for saying that, but I mean, it's the facts. It's true. I mean, you can't dispute it. I mean, you can look it up anywhere, and then you will find that the Jap bikes are more dependable than the Harleys. Like I said, does it bother you to know? And I know a lot of you already know this. You know, it's just something I wanted to talk about. I know you already know that the Harley's not 100% made in America. I know you know that. And I'm pretty sure you do realize that it's a lot like the Honda and the Kawasaki. They are more dependable than the Harleys. Maybe not so much now, but they still really are. They are a more dependable bike. And the Hondas, the Kawasaki's, the Jap bikes, I mean, they're pretty close to what Harley puts out, in my opinion. You know, I mean, they're pretty close to it. I mean, they look good, they sound good. I mean, they're giving Harley a run for their money, and they have been doing that for many years. So, yeah, like I said, it doesn't really bother me all that much that they're not 100% made in America. I mean, what is anymore? Let's be real about it. I mean, manufacturing in the United States has basically gone overseas. I mean, we don't have a lot of manufacturing here. We don't do a lot of our own manufacturing. It's just gone. And when you can't find places to make these parts and places, you know, in America to do these things, then what are you going to do? You have to outsource them to other countries. Now, there might be businesses in other countries that, you know, technically are from the United States, but they're making their parts over there because they make them cheaper. Does that make the quality cheaper? You know, does that make the quality go way down? Yeah, I think so in a lot of cases. Now, like I've told you guys in other videos, my first Harley was in 2018, and like I said, it was my Road King. I'm sure you've seen pictures of it or seen it. It was a Harley Road King. It was red, and I really, you know, I never had no issues out of that bike. I have purchased this one back in 2020, and so far, no issues. So I have no complaints. I've never had an issue with it not starting or, you know, any engine issues or anything. So far, so good. So even though a lot of the parts might be made overseas somewhere, I have no issue with it so far. I mean, it's doing, I mean, it's not failed me in any way. And I can say the same for the Jap bikes, because like I said, I rode Kawasaki's, Yamaha's, Suzuki. I rode those for many years. I've been riding, like you guys know, if you watch my videos, I've been riding over 30-something years, and up until 2018, that's what I rode. I rode all, you know, Jap bikes, and I tell you, the Vulcan I had, the Suzuki, the Yamaha, all that I had never caused me any problems, never failed me. Well, I take that back. One did fail me a few times, but I mean, that's going to happen. But for the most part, you know, the Jap bikes are solid bikes. Now, am I saying that I'm going to give up my Harley for a Jap bike? No, I'm not saying that. I won't ever give up my Harley. This one will always be with me. This one will never go anywhere. My Road King. Now, I do plan in the future to buy a Road Glide, so we'll get a little crowded here in the garage. But and I probably most likely won't give up the Vulcan Nomad over there, because I do like it. But my first preference is the Harley. Now, finding out that a lot of the parts are not made here in America and they're basically just assembled here in America, no, it doesn't change my mind. I mean, it gives me a little pause, because it's like, hey, you know, you say you're 100% or, you know, American-made motorcycle. This is the Harley. It's American-made. You know what I mean? So it is misleading, because it's not 100% American-made. Like I said, not to be redundant, but like I said, it's assembled here in America. If you bought it here in America, the chances of it being assembled here in America are probably like almost 100%. But there's not 100% of American-made parts on this motorcycle. Me personally, yeah, not that big of a deal as long as it meets Harley's specifications and it runs the way it should. The engine's put together the way it should. The clutch, the brake, everything's put together the way they should. That's a lot of stuff that's being outsourced. You know, I'm good with it. But yeah, I don't know. I would love for it to be 100% American made. I'd love for every component on this motorcycle to be made in America. And that would make me feel a little bit better. Not that I feel bad about my Harley now, but that would make me feel a little bit better if 100% of it was made in America. But, you know, you got American-made cars. You know, you guys know if you watch my videos, I was in the automotive industry for 30 plus years. And you could say, well, I buy only American cars. Well, no, you don't buy only American cars. Because, yeah, you're buying an American car, but that American car has a lot of overseas parts in it. You guys know that. You guys know that just as well as I do. So, when you say, well, I buy American cars only, well, in that American car, you're buying a lot of foreign parts that come with it. So, you know, I was just thinking about it, and I've heard other YouTubers talk about it, and I've heard people talk about it, and I was thinking, you know, yeah, it's a little bit of a letdown. Is it going to turn me off from riding my, you know, Harley and loving my Harley? No, it's not going to do that. I love my Harley, and I'm going to always love it. You know, if they went 100% outsourced everything overseas, then I might think differently. But as of right now, whether it's, you know, what you look at, where you look, it says 70-80% of it's made overseas, or, you know, some people say it's only 30%. Whatever way you look at it, you know what I mean? As long as if it's not, you know, 100% manufactured overseas, you know, I can live with it. Tell me what you think. What do you think? Does it change your mind? Does it make you feel a little bit, you know, weird about it because it's not 100% American made? Or do you think, you know, it's not that big of a deal? I mean, it's kind of hard for any manufacturer of anything, like any kind of motorcycle or any kind of American-made product, to say that their product is 100% American-made when we don't have the manufacturing in this country for that. You know, you just can't get the product. You have to go overseas to get it because there's nobody here in America making it. So in order to produce your bike and make your bike, you're going to have to go, you might have to outsource it. You might not have any choice. So, and like I touched on earlier in the video, does it make the quality go down? Yeah, I would say some, you know what I mean? It's going to make the quality go down some because, you know, I ain't a big fan of Chinese parts or Japanese parts, you know, 100% fan of them. Like I said, but they do make a great motorcycle, you know, but I don't know. It's kind of, you know, it's kind of, you know, it's one of them things where it's kind of like, well, the Jap bike's a great bike. They're very dependable. But then you got other Jap products that are not so dependable. And then you have other Chinese products that are not so dependable. So kind of on how the way you look at it. But anyway, put it down in the comment section. Tell me how you feel. Does it bother you that it's not 100% American made? Does it bother you that parts are coming from overseas, from, you know, Italy, places like that? And I even think some of them come from Indonesia. I'm not positive on that, but I think some of them do. So does it bother you that parts come from China that are on you know, on your Harley? Or does it not bother you at all? So leave it down in the comment section. Tell me how you feel. Like I said, it's not going to stop me from riding my Harley. It's not going to stop me from buying my Harley. Unless, like I told you before earlier in the video, it goes 100% overseas. Then I will have an issue then. Because then it's no longer an American-made bike. It might be assembled in America, but not made in America. Hey, you guys, I want to say thank you to everybody who subscribed recently. We went from 118, I think it was 130 or something like that, up to 300 subscribers. Actually, I think we're over 300 subscribers. We're at like 305 right now and counting. And the channel's growing, and I really want to say thank you to everybody that has subscribed. I really appreciate it. I appreciate you guys subscribing and supporting the channel. Hopefully we can make that 1,000 here pretty soon, and we can get, you know, our monetization going. I'm sorry, I apologize. It's a little cold in the garage today, so I ain't speaking too well. And we can get our 4,000 watch hours. If you guys would please watch the videos, click on it, watch it. You know what I mean? Only watch if you like my content. I'm not trying to tell you to like and subscribe if you don't like it. But if you do, hey, hit the like button, subscribe, hit the notification bell. And like I said, I appreciate you, all of you that jumped on recently. The channel is growing, and I appreciate it. Stay warm out there. I mean, it's supposed to be a little warm up coming soon, so that's a good thing. But stay warm, stay safe, and I'll definitely catch you guys on the next one. Take care now.